in reality, there really isn't an easy way to buy Bitcoin and crypto, but we're going to explain why and how you can avoid governments preventing you from doing so. Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching my videos. I'm here joined with Maurizio. Maurizio, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much. I love being on your show. Super happy.
All right. Glad to have you. Glad to have you. Yes, Maurizio, he does the Moon Show, right? If you head over to the Moon, at the Moon, I think it is.
Yeah, at the Moon, Carlos, yeah.
And yeah, you do a live show every Monday through Friday, right?
Every day, Monday to Friday. Yesterday, you were on the show. One of the best ones so far.
Exactly. Well, but by the time people see this, it won't be yesterday. It will actually be on the Wednesday. So
a few days.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah, it's a great show. So make sure you check that out. Links will be in the description. And also, you have your own channel as well, right? We Talk NFTs.
Yeah, indeed, where me and you every Monday give an update on the NFT market. The last episode we done last Monday was one of my favorites. So guys, you want to go and check it out because apparently NFTs are dead, right?
Exactly. Yes. So we're going to be talking about, how to buy crypto, basically, when, you have so many government restrictions out there. Lots of ways to get around these government restrictions because and you might think, well, isn't the government trying to protect me from any kind of nefarious things, right? I mean, the government's only looking out for my best interest, right?
Of course. Yeah.
So God. You have to ask the question, right? Before if that's your stance, you have to ask the question, okay, so if I buy an asset that does nothing, just sits there and does nothing, how does that harm me and anyone else? Please explain that to me. And if you can't have an explanation, then you know that if the government's preventing you from doing it, that means it's got some other qualities to it that might harm the government. And you're like, I don't want to harm the government. They've done nothing to me. Yeah. Except, they have the ability to print money, and that ability, right, causes you to lose wealth over time. Lose wealth slowly over time, and eventually you will become poorer and poorer, and it'll be difficult for you to survive. So that is what they're doing with the current monetary system. They're printing too much money. And this current asset, which is Bitcoin, it shines a light on that and shows people, hey, there's a problem with the money. Right? Don't you agree, Maurizio?
Yeah, I was about to charge up for my my 2 Satoshis in here. So think about it this way, like if only there was an asset you can make more of, which is transparent, decentralized. And on the other hand, you have a bunch of punks printing monies, which they aren't even money because they are basically monopoly money. They basically it's basically paper. It's actually no value, nothing. Of course, they want to try and stop it because, if you think about it, if you are a shady individual, you don't like transparency, right? Because you want to stay in the shade. So as soon as someone comes up with a better solution or better value for your money, literally, you don't want them to buy it. So you want to protect the people, right?
Yes, exactly. You don't want them to protect their wealth from you printing money. That's crazy. Why would you want that? So that's the problem with our current financial system. Our current financial system is the biggest fraud. And I look forward to the day that people realize that, everyone realizes it, just like we realize that slavery doesn't work. Slavery is a bad idea. Believe it or not, I'm sure back in the days when slavery was big, everybody believed in it. Everybody thought it made sense. And today, you think the slavery of your government charging you income taxes whilst it can print money for free, and also making you a slave by printing the money and charging you taxes on top of what they printed.
Crazy. By the way, I don't know if you've seen Elon Musk tweeted, I think it was yesterday, about Fiat being a scam. So there was someone says, the question was like, what is a scam that is not in plain view, but it is? And he said Fiat currency. So, sheesh.
Yeah, I know. It's so scary. Anyways, I want to share, because I want to give you guys an example of what you can do in order to avoid your government from telling you what you can and can't do. You can get a passport, of course, but that can be expensive. And this, for only $250, you can get a digital ID in the country of Palau, and you can get bank accounts, you can get everything you need, right, to basically do transactions in Bitcoin at any exchange, because most of the exchanges have been running from your local jurisdictions, such as the United States, UK, Australia, Canada, so forth. And they're kicking people out. So, for example, I'm being kicked out as a Canadian from many different exchanges, even though before it was okay. And so this is an example of just being born in a specific geographical region is not a reason for you to not be able to do something that has nothing to do with anyone except protecting yourself, right? And you could say, well, if the Bitcoin takes over, the government's going to run out of money. Yeah, that'd be a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, I don't know if you've seen, I was reading an article yesterday that over the past 10 years, the dollar has lost 99.5% of the value against Bitcoin, only in the 10 years. So, crazy, right?
Of course, that's the legal ways that they're doing. Getting another passport, which is super expensive. I mean, and they've raised the price of. I've heard that they've raised the price for most places to like beyond most people's affordability for a passport. So this is a good option. However, there's other options you can take, right? And they might not seem illegal, but they're really not per se. I'm not going to say what they are exactly. I'm going to let you infer. So of course you could use a VPN and so forth so they don't know where you're coming from, right? They think you're coming from a different location. That's one easy way. But then you need the ID in order to prove that you are from XYZ location, right? Anywhere in the world other than where you are. And most of the exchanges, it is their responsibility to ensure they have the right information on who you are. You do not get into trouble if you provide false information. It's they do, right? It's the exchange. So you understand that, right? That concept. Okay. Now, the same concept applies to when you go to buy liquor, right?
The fake IDs.
Yeah. You starting to see it.
There's a pattern maybe right there. Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm not saying you should go out and get some fake ID and present it to exchange, but, people have done that in the past. Kids have done that and gotten away with buying alcohol, right? So, it's a possibility there. Now, if you're going to do that, if you do that, I would not suggest you leave any crypto on that exchange because it is on their responsibility to verify who you are and verify that your ID is legitimate. And so if they were to determine that it is your not legitimate ID, they will probably confiscate the crypto that you have there. So you are running that risk, right, as well. So it doesn't make any sense to do it legitimately. You might as well pay the $250 to get a legitimate ID from Palau, right? So,
yeah. Yeah, that's a good tip, especially even with VPNs and everything. Be careful, because if maybe one day you forget to turn it on, or you change your location, or whatever God knows happens, they could take the entire amount you have. Yeah, indeed. So be careful.
They won't do it if you have legitimate ID per se. Some exchanges will just ban you outright if you one time log in from the United States, which is wrong. But so you have to be careful with that, right? Each exchange has their own policy, and they will enforce it regardless of who you are. So yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
How far we think are we from going in one of the biggest park and say, "Hey, any Bitcoin?"
Yeah, but I mean, in the States, you can't go ahead and buy it peer to peer too much. I mean, you could, but it's a dangerous situation, because the federal government will get involved in this, and you will go to jail for a federal crime. So
Yeah, and also I would imagine they would control the price, right? Because they have the supply that you want, so it's not going to be reflecting the market value, so it might be more expensive, right?
yeah, it will be more expensive in some cases, especially in the U.S. if you go peer to peer. Yeah, because it's too big of a risk of jail time there. And I won't go into exact laws, but I know people who have done this, and they did this once or twice, and then they realized, oh, it was a bad idea, and then went legit, but it was too late. The federal government didn't care. That one time you did it over there, that's it. You're going to jail. It's that bad. It's that bad.
Damn.
It's that bad, right? It's worse than drugs. You might as well have been selling drugs,
Yeah.
because you would have gotten a lighter sentence.
Crazy, man. It's crazy.
I know. It is insane. And the reason why, of course, is because of the banking system, right? They make sure that there is no competition by creating federal laws against this competition of you transferring money to anyone else. And then it also helps the government as well with taxes, right?
Yeah.
It's easier for them to collect taxes if you're only going through the current banking system to save your wealth. And yeah, they can just freeze your taxes, freeze your money from the current banking system. So this leads off to our next video, CBDCs. Right?
Dun, 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 dun. I'm getting ready.
Yes. Do you know what CBDCs are, Maurizio?
Yeah, they are the evil central bank currencies. Yeah.
Central bank digital currencies, yes. That is going to be an interesting topic, and that is where we're going to be talking about next week, what we're going to be talking about next week. It's a long topic, CBDCs. It's the ultimate of control, because it's direct control. But we're going to be talking about that and more in the next episode, so make sure you stay tuned, right? Because it's going to be great. Thanks, Maurizio, for coming on the show. We'll see you on Monday. We're going to do our regular show on Monday. And yeah, make sure you sign up to his channel so you don't miss that show. Make sure you subscribe, and you hit the like and the subscribe here as well. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Cheers.
Thank you very much. Cheers.